Hey everybody, coming to you from near record temperature central Connecticut today on May 20th. There's a little bit of a cumulus field overhead percolating a bit, and there is a very, very low-grade severe risk today through most of southern Connecticut, with a marginal risk extending about to the Massachusetts border. Storms should remain relatively confined to the shoreline, which is interesting because right now we have we have fairly cool temperatures over Long Island Sound and very warm temperatures over the landmass. So my hope is that there's some sort of odd interaction that goes on. We have a northwest wind right now. It's not particularly strong northwest wind, but that's generally the flow. Storms moving in an east-northeast direction. There's potential for something interesting to happen. I don't see anything tornadic coming out of today. Maybe some severe wind, maybe some hail, probably a good amount of lightning, and that's my biggest goal. So to the south of me already, there's an anvil from a little cell that was briefly severe warned over Long Island and had a special marine warning over the Sound way to the west. And I'm just going to drive west and south. And there's little beans popping up all around the New York-Connecticut border, some of which they don't look like they have much longevity in them, and others that do. And a lot of the models have showed, one dominating cell making its way eastward across the state. So my hope is that I can go west, get vaguely near them, and then kind of stay out ahead of something as it goes back east. We shall see how it plays out. So there's a couple things about this setup that are preventing it from being particularly interesting. It's a zonal flow setup for the most part. That means that the jet streak that is setting off this severe weather is basically running parallel to the lines of latitude. It's not a waveform, it's just straight, more or less. There are a couple little teeny short waves in it, which are little smaller dips in it rather than the larger waveform pattern. And that may be playing some role in the convective initiation here, but generally this is a cold front triggered event. Cold front events are rarely spectacularly exciting, and hence this one being kind of on the dull side, not a thrilling setup by any stretch. But I'm a little excited because so far this season it's been pretty quiet. We've not had that much in the way of good storms in the Northeast. There have been a few chases with some reasonably pretty storms, nothing too severe, some hail, some moderately nice structure, and some wind. But I've had far better seasons by this point in the year going in years past. So I'm kind of at the point of just something's happening, I'm going to chase it. I mean, yesterday was a marginal risk with very little going on, and some little cells popped up here and there, not severe in the slightest, the ones that I chased at least. There were a few that were severe that I didn't get on right away. So I'm going to chase because these ones have at least a little bit of severe potential. The conditions are there for strong downdrafts with maybe some marginal hail, and that's good enough for me. Hopefully we'll get to see some pretty clouds. So the main cell in my target area, the one that's kind of headed in the general direction, New Haven, has gone severe warned. I'm still a ways away from it, and unfortunately I've got to chase it through one of the least pleasant parts of the state to chase. the I-95 corridor. Which I may just try and get as close to it as I can going westbound, then get back on the eastbound side, or I should say the northbound side. I'll go southbound on 95, turn around when I get vaguely near it. If I see traffic, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to try and head it off somewhere that makes sense. If there's no traffic, I'll try and use 95 as a way to stay just out ahead of it. And hopefully I'll have a shot at seeing some good stuff. It'll probably make its way over the sound by the time it gets just a little bit past New Haven. But we will see. There's a storm. It's severe. It's definitely the dominant one out of all these little things popping up. So I have at least made the right choice as far as storms. I don't think I can do any better than what I've got. And I'm satisfied with that reality. And now I'm in traffic on 95 going south. West. It's moving, but it's not moving fast. The traffic, that is. And I've got what is now becoming a messy little cluster of smaller cells. Some as close as Milford. I can see the precip from one of the nearer ones. And I'm torn. I don't know how early I want to turn east. I'm starting to think the earlier the better, because this is messy enough that I'm not going to get a great view going this way. I could get some good lightning, but I kind of want some pretty structure involved, and maybe if I let this evolve a little bit, they'll kind of coalesce into one cell. I don't know. That's kind of what the convective allowing models are showing, but they don't always do a good job of showing exactly what's going to happen with these sort of setups. So I don't know. I'm probably going to turn and go east relatively early, but I've got a dark sky out my windshield. I'm on a road in my car, and I have weather to play a game of chess with, and that always makes me a little bit happier, a little more excited, a little more satisfied with life. So we'll see what happens. All right, I've got this messy cluster out my window. Buried back in there is the severe warned one. As far as I know, the warning's still on. I am outside of the warning, and at the moment I think I'm torn between sitting here and going east, because I think the little cells are probably going to stay south of 95, so they shouldn't create too much traffic issues. But I don't know, I'm torn. I'm going to sit here and evaluate for just a little bit, look at the radar, maybe try and take a leak, and cross my fingers that I've got a good approach. But I'm not sure yet. Alright, it's been a little bit, but it's raining and I'm gonna go east. Alright, well, I am now kind of flirting with the edge of it here, because I decided to get off the highway at a spot that I thought might have a really good vantage point. Didn't have as good of a vantage point as I thought. There were two people parked there that actually probably other storm chasers.
At the next light, turn left.
And I don't feel like sitting around other people. And it was a busy, crazy, disgusting gas station parking lot anyway. So I am going to try and get even further east.
At the light, turn left onto Oakley Street. Then you'll take your first right onto US 1 North.
I think that is going to be the right decision anyway. This looks like it could coalesce into a sort of Boeing line segment and continue pushing eastward along the shoreline, and I think towards Clinton or Madison. I've got a very good shot at a much more photogenic intercept, although it was looking pretty nice back
Turn
there.
right onto US 1 North.
A little bit more electric than it had been. Some nice range shaft action. Structurally, not that impressive, but not an ugly storm. Pretty storm. So,
In half a mile, slight left onto the I-95 North ramp.
I'm going to continue eastward and hope for the best. It looks pretty cool in my rear view. We'll find out. I think I played this right. I got mean skies out the window. And this has really coalesced into something much more spectacular. Hopefully the lightning's good. I've got a beautiful place to photograph this storm from here at Hammonasset. I think I played this pretty well. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful storm. Beautiful. Alright, I've got pretty good lightning now. Man, what a nice storm. This is a pretty one. Ooh. Pretty good go of it here. Amazing. Good little summer thunderstorm. Nothing earth-shattering, but very much worth the drive. Very much a nice coastal sort of convergent zone, causing some little extra cells to blow up that added to this whole thing. And oh, it's amazing. It's beautiful. It's very pretty. There were not too many ingredients to play with today, but the few that there were came together to make something cool, and that's all I can ask for, really.